much better if it had something on it. My wrist is stopped again. Hi guys, and welcome to the shed. It's not very lit very well, is it? Eh? Let's see if I can do something about that. Let's just see if I can adjust the lighting. And we're back. All right. First of all, hi guys. Thanks for following. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with it. Here is to you. You know, if you leave that long enough, it tastes just like the real thing. Right, what I'm doing is I'm cannibalising something. I'll tell you about it later. Anyway, right, where was we? Just left the hotel. I'm on the bike. I'm on my way to Paris. It was a boiling hot. It was extremely warm. It really was. I didn't do my jacket up because it was bloody warm. So it was all undone. I had my waistcoat on. I just sort of snagged that at the first thing and all that. It was just too warm. And I'm on my way to Paris. Now, the thing that I was most dreading was going into central Paris. Now, I come from London and I've done my fair bit of riding around central London. I've always said to myself that I fancy going to New York to experience what rush hour's like in New York, because I just want to see what it's like. Well, I was going to get my chance in Paris. It was about, I think it was about, I don't know, 1 o'clock, something like that. Anyway, same rules apply from yes, the previous one, part 2, or part 3, I don't know. Where are we? Part 3. Yeah, same rules apply. I had to keep the engine running. If I let the engine stop, then the bike would cut out and I'd need jump needs to start it again. So there I go, and I got on this diversion. It took me all around the houses. It took me up into the woods, and all around these hairpin bends, and it was quite a nice little journey. If you like that sort of thing, which I do, I really do. It's very picturesque and lovely. Right, although you can't see what I'm doing, trust me, I'm keeping busy. Anyway, yeah. Again, through the French countryside, it was lovely. The first town I came to was Orléans, or Orleans as I call it, and very beautiful, very, very beautiful. I mean, I can honestly say there isn't any of France that I kind of come across and went, you know, I really don't like that, I wouldn't want to be there. There just weren't any places like that at all. And into Orleans, or Orléans, and I was doing all right. Got into the main centre, because I'm following SatNav. SatNav is taking me there. Got into the main centre of Orléans, and every traffic light seemed to be red. That was my experience of France, that every time you come to a traffic light, it was red. Right, so and the bike went pooh, just stopped. And as I stopped, this guy was just getting out of his car and going to the boot of his car, and I stopped right next to him, and I said to him, I said, bonjour, I said, excuse me, have you got jump leads for the battery? And he went, yes, he said, I have. And to that I pulled forward to where the front of his car was, while he proceeded to rummage through the back of his thing, and he had a load of clothing at the back. It was obviously a fashion kind of designer type person, obviously, because I know them sort of people. I know what they look like. Anyway, and he did. He had these jump leads. He pulled these jump leads out, connected them to battery, and I said, and this young lady got out, who was very attractive. She got out as well, and I said thank you very much to her, and you know, it's very nice. I said, what's your name? And she told me her name, and I turned around to the guy. I said, what is your name? He went, Elvis. Well, I've met Elvis in France. Apart from him being a young black man, I just laughed, which is why I can't remember the name of the woman, because it just, the Elvis bit just blew me away. I said, I've met Elvis in France. Anyway, a little while longer, you know, we got the bike going and all that, and I'm sitting there and I'm holding the throttle open, and I said, I can't believe I've met Elvis. I said, now Elvis has left the building, and I'd done this, and the woman said, his name really isn't Elvis. I said, oh. I said, well, why did he say his name was Elvis? She said, he can't speak English. So he knew you asked him his name, but he can't speak proper English. So he just said Elvis. Why would you do that? So guys and girls, anyway, next time somebody says, what's your name? Just say Elvis, because it just blows people away or confuses them senseless. Anyway, got my bike going, on I went. I was leaving Orléans. I weren't far from Paris really. Look on the map. I don't know how far Orléans are from Paris, but it ain't far. I was on my way, and pretty much soon I was sort of, I knew I was getting into the outskirts of Paris. I mean, you just know when you come into a major city, you just know when you're coming into it. The building starts getting a bit, you know, the building work starts getting deeper, and then there's more traffic and everything. There's just more of everything, isn't there? Still following the twatnav. It was doing okay. It didn't seem to be guiding me down one street and then back down the same street and all these other things that I've had previously with it. Bless it. And pretty soon I was in Paris, what I would call real Paris, because the roads were very, very busy. I mean, very busy. All of the roads were very busy, and it appeared to me, or it seemed to me, like I was in central Paris. I couldn't see the Eiffel Tower. I kept looking for the Eiffel Tower because I'm thinking that's got to be visible from everywhere because it's so bloody high. I got a picture of me when I was 2 years old and my dad hanging me off the end of it like Michael Jackson did with his baby. I'm sure my dad loves me. You do love me, Dad, don't you? Anyway, here's to me dad. In central Paris. Now, SatNav kept telling me that the Harley Davidson shop, me you know, destination, was 4 minutes away, 4 minutes away, 4 minutes away, and I'm thinking this bastard's just taking me round in circles. But no, it weren't. It was 4 minutes away. It just took 4 minutes wherever you were to get there because of the traffic. Went down this little street. It was like a side street. It didn't even look like a main street. It was like a side street. And there it was. There was a Yamaha shop, a Honda shop, and the Harley shop. All the other shops were shut because it's Monday. France doesn't open on a Monday, apparently. But the Harley place was open. And just as I pulled up, the mechanic guy was opening the shutter to the workshop, because the workshop wasn't round the back or anything. It was next to the main entrance to the showroom. So I said to this guy, I said, come in. He went, yeah, and ushered me in. So there I was. I just drove straight into the workshop. Took my hand off the throttle. It went shut. That was it. The guy that runs it, who I found out was the guy that I spoke to earlier. Do you have a battery? Yes. Do you want the model number? No, we have a battery. Okay, thank you. See you soon. Poof. Mark, his name is. M-A-R-C. Obviously the French way of doing it. I said, are you the guy I spoke to earlier? He said, probably. I was thinking, it's a good start. Communication, good start. I said, I phoned about a battery for my bike. He went, yes. I think, okay, I'll do all the talking then, shall I? I said, have you got the battery? He said, yes. I said, yes. Great. I can get home. He said, have you got the papers? I thought, what, the Sun, the News of the World, what, the Daily Mirror? What? I said, what papers? He said, have you got the papers? I said, what papers? He said, you must have papers. And I'm thinking back to sort of, hello, you know, papers, please, papers. I said, what papers? He said, you must have papers with the bike. I said, the logbook. I said, the registration book. He said, yes. He said, you need registration documents and your insurance. I said, what for? He said, you must have them to buy something from this shop. I said, why? He said, because that's the law. If you get stopped in France without your registration document, it's a €300 fine. Well, I didn't know that. I've been driving all over Europe, well, you know, for many years now. Never ever took me details. I mean, spoke to some friends since then, and they say, yeah, we always take our details. Well, I was the idiot then. But be assured, now I will be taking my details. Anyway, I said, no. I said, I haven't got any details. He said, you can't have your battery then. Well, you know when someone pulls the plug out your backside? No, that's not a good analogy. You know when you go all the way to France, Paris, and you go into the shop and someone says, you can't have the battery that will get you home? That's how I felt. I said, well, all the documents are at home. He says, well, can you get them emailed to me? I said, yeah. I said, I'll get it. So phoned home, WhatsApped the details, like the registration document and my insurance certificate, WhatsApped them to my phone. And it must have taken an hour. I kept trying to email from these pictures, which I converted into JPEG thingies. Now, if I'm getting too technical for you, just shout, okay? And I was trying to email these photos of my documents to his email that I was sitting next to. I was sitting next to him, and I couldn't email from here to where you are now. It was frustrating beyond all belief. it was this frustrating. I said, it's not working. I said, I can show you the document. I said, I've got them on my phone. He said, I need them here. I need them printed out. I need a copy of your documents. I said, why? I said, I want to buy something. He said, because I don't know if that bike belongs to you. Well, if only he had said that in the first place, I could have told him. Or bashed him, one or the other. Phoned the wife, said to her, can you email these documents to this guy? She did it, came through straight away. Bob's your auntie, Jeffrey's your uncle, the world's a safer place. Cool as a cucumber, this guy. Nothing was flapping him. There was no, yes, we have them. He went, yep, okay. That was it. That was all he done. Brings me the battery out, puts it next to my bike. I run out, puts it on my bike, puts everything else on my bike, all the bags and all that, put it all back on. Didn't ask for any help from the mechanics because then it's mucho gracias amigo in French. Then I paid for it, which was 200 and €234. Sits back in amazement. €234. Not making it up. I ain't got the bit in front of me, but it is, yeah, €234. Paid for that. I thought, I don't care. I just want to go home. I mean, I could have stayed another night. I didn't plan on coming home that night. I planned on coming home on the following day anyway. As it was, I would have been home 2 days earlier, but I did plan on coming home the following day anyway. That was the original itinerary. Anyway, he comes out, he says, don't you want to know if your bike starts? I said, of course it will start. I've got a brand new battery on it. Of course it will start. He went, ah. I went, oh ye of little faith. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, didn't start, did it? That's what you're thinking, isn't it? Well, it did actually. It did start. Started very well. But, you know what's coming? The voltmeter only went up to 10 volts. That ain't good. And this guy is kind of, it keeps doing this double take of the voltmeter. It's like a sort of thing, you know, but in French. I said, it's okay. I said, it's coming up. He went, no. He said, it's not good. He said, I think you have more problems. I said, I think, oh dear. Now, to turn the bike off at this point, there's no point sitting there with the engine boiling over again. So I said to him, look, I said, I need that bike to start twice. I need to start one more time when I go and get fuel, and then the next time is when I get on the boat at Calais, which was I don't know, a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours away. Don't know. How far is France from Calais? Calais. It was that far. I needed fuel because, like I said before, about 120, 130 miles, you've got to start putting fuel in because you don't know when the next one's going to be. And I asked him whether it'd start again like twice, and he went like that. And that was in French as well. So I thanked him for his service, thanked him for his advice about the papers, and also thanked the the mechanic there. There was one mechanic on. I thanked him for lending me his screwdriver. I said to him, have you got a screwdriver? And really all I wanted was one about that big with a cross, you know, well, Phillips. Yeah, no problem, he said. Opens his drawers, open the next one, open the next one, open the next one. He goes to this drawer, full of screwdrivers. He gets me a screwdriver out. I'm not kidding you. It was that long. Right, that's a foot rule. It was that long. And I had to go in that far behind the seat to get the screw off. So there I am, like a chimpanzee hanging on this screwdriver like that. Anyway, I thanked him for that, thanked the guy, and they pulled up the shutters. I wheeled my bike out and woof, away I went. I did ask the mechanic, I said, I'm going to need fuel. Is there a place around here where I can get fuel? He went, yeah. And he said, up, right, left, there. I said, okay. Well, there was like 2 or 3 turnings until the end, so I didn't know whether he meant first turning, the second turning, or what. But because he said up and then like that, well, that's what I did. I went up and I took the first one like that. Well, then there weren't another one like that, so I was lost again in France. Full of song coming on. Put sat nav in, and all I did was I just put sat nav Calais. I just pushed Calais and said go. I'm bound to find a petrol station en route. So it's taken me around these bloody streets in Calais, in Paris, and the traffic was murder. It really was. I never want to go to Paris again on the bike. Never. Every light was red. The traffic was four lanes wide most of the time. They don't have proper junctions like we'd expect junctions to be. There were just these places where everybody knew where they had to go, and they just sort of went there. And they don't have kind of roundabouts. They have just they have an object in the middle of the road that everybody treats as a roundabout. It probably wasn't a roundabout, but they will treat it as a roundabout, so that's how they use it. It's just weird. It's just weird. I don't advise anybody to drive a car, ride a bike or anything through Paris, because it's a nightmare. Now then, it's boiling hot. I mean boiling hot. I've got my leather jacket on because I believe in safety. I've got gloves on. I always wear gloves. It's boiling hot. I'm sweating. Inside my helmet is wringing wet because I'm sweating. I'm stopping every 20 yards because of these poxy lights. Stuck in traffic. Anyway, round and round I go. In the end I think, you know what? This kind of familiar. And there I was back on this side street with the Harley place and the Yammer. So, as before, I'm going down this road, and as I look to the right, the Harley shop's open and they're all waving in French. So I give it the and drive past them. And now they're thinking, fucking idiot. Which they're probably right. But I'm on the right road now and I'm getting through Paris, and it is a nightmare. I'm coming to the end. It's going to have to be a part 4 because it's 22 minutes on that plus whatever, you know. It's going to be, I'm not doing it for too long. Anyway, I go past the tent city where all the migrants are. This isn't a comment about migrants. It's not a comment about tents. It's not a comment about camping. But honestly, that place fucking stunk. I mean, poo-wee. Man alive. Ain't enough under your nose to take that smell away, I'm telling you. Anyway, finally, after about half an hour, it was half an hour easily of stop, start, stop, start. I've got an engine between my legs, like, because you've got front cylinder, that's fine, but the rear cylinder on a Harley sits between your legs. Imagine all that heat. I think someone registered the temperature at the cylinder, like exhaust cylinder bit where that meets. They measured that something like 420 degrees Fahrenheit or something stupid like that. It was ridiculous. Well, all this heat just comes up and you're sweating like a sweaty Englishman in Paris. Anyway, got some air, got some open road. I was on my way out of Paris. And I knew I was on my way out of Paris because there was a military airfield base on the right hand side, down there on the left, whatever. So yeah, that's where I was. I was on my way to Calais. Right, I'm going to leave it there because it's gone further than I thought. There will be a part 4 tomorrow. Now part 4 is definitely the last bit. It's Calais, Dover, Milton Keynes and then home. So come back for that. I will do that tomorrow and that'll be the end of the story tomorrow. But please, 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 please come back for that tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good luck, Kev, with the XJ600. I like them bikes a lot. They're all right. I do prefer the 900 because it had a shaft drive, and I've got a bit of a thing for shaft drive bikes, I must admit. Less messy. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bonjour.